So with me right now, Natalie McNeal. She is the Frugalista. You may know her from the internets, and actually we share a journalism background. And you've done a great job of rebranding, reestablishing, and even just authored your own book. So why don't you first of all tell me, what is a Frugalista, Natalie?
A frugalista is a woman who loves to go out, eat well, have a great time, but will not break her bank account in order to do it. It's a frugal and fabulous woman. And frugalistas are frugal and fabulous guys. So there's a place for you guys too.
So you were at the Miami Herald when you sort of fell into this whole blogging thing. Talk to me about your story. How'd you end up blogging? How'd that sort of change your life?
Well, I always used to read blogs, and then one time my friends and I did a group blog for like a month. So I always was interested in blogging and that type of thing, but I never had my own personal blog. And I was looking at my bills because I used to hang out a lot, a lot of student loans, credit card bills, all that good stuff. And it was just like too much for me to deal with. And I figured I needed to get real with my bills. So I decided to, while I was working at the Miami Herald as a reporter, launch a blog while I was there. And I launched the Frugalista Files. And the blog was just supposed to be 1 month where I blogged about trying to do a no-buy month, where I went a month without getting my hair done, my nails done, I didn't dine out at all. And so the blog, through the first month in February that I did it in 2008, it really took off. So I decided to keep the blog going there, and the Herald was okay with that. And so that's how the blog just grew and kept going. So I started blogging because I knew I needed to work on getting my bills in order, but I wanted to have an audience to do it because doing it on my own wasn't going to work because I tried before and it didn't work.
So now you have the book. I just finished reading it. It's pink, so
Oh,
it's
good.
like for the ladies, right? It's around here somewhere. You have the book somewhere you could hold up? You gotta have the book
Yeah, let me
handy,
get. Oh, you don't have to ask twice.
right? All right, so that is the book, Harlequin Press. I
Yeah.
found it interesting because, first of all, it gave me the inside perspective from a woman. You call yourself like a spending slut. So, as a guy, I'm like, okay, let me see what she has to say. How did she get out of her financial hole?
Good now.
But also, being a journalist, I was very fascinated by the fact that you were able to parlay your blog into a brand, and now it sort of opened up this whole new career for you. A lot of journalists are still trying to figure that whole piece out. What do you think that other journalists could even learn from your experience?
I think journalists, we really have to change the way we think about information, how it's dispersed. You always want to be credible and you always want to be ethical, but how your information's packaged, open up the world. You have a lot of options. I was able to get the book deal because I was doing really well, and a lot of people were saying, hey, we want to learn more, we want more. And I figured, you know what, why not go for the book deal? So I was able to attract an agent, and I just went for it. This year I'm doing a no-buy month again, and so I'm not getting my hair done professionally, not dining out, not paying for entertainment, and just pampering my finances. I'm looking at my bank account and watching my money just stabilize, and I'm really enjoying watching that.
Have you been able to stick to it so far?
Oh yeah, I mean it's serious business. So when I do it, I never fail at it. I mean, I will say a little bit. I wanted to buy some Joel Osteen tickets because he's coming to Chicago, where I'm originally from. He's coming to Chicago in August, but luckily, A, I didn't do it. B, the tickets weren't on sale, so I didn't falter because I was thinking, well, maybe if I go buy those tickets, that's okay. So I had a little bit of temptation, but for the most part, I definitely stick to it, which is why last year I didn't do it because I knew it wasn't a good time. But yeah, I'm sticking to it. So, once I make a promise, I really try to keep it, and I have everybody else who's doing it with me, keeping me honest.
All right, so before I let you go, what are the 3 takeaways that a reader will walk away with after reading your book?
I think you need to, if you're trying to get your money under control and thinking about your career, you have to cut some of your expenses, find free things to do for fun. I always believe in being fabulous. So, cut back some of your expenses, try to freelance to earn a little bit more money. If you're feeling stagnant in your career, or even confident in your career, think about taking a risk. I don't think we take risk enough. And even if the risk doesn't, pan itself out, you have much more interesting stories to tell on your job interview because you went for something and you just learned so many life lessons. Don't be scared to shake things up because this economy, you have to do something to make yourself stand out. So I think taking a risk would do it. So that's the main thing with the Frugalista Files, how one woman got out of debt without giving up the fabulous. If and speaking in particular to journalists, I would just say that tech is the way to go. Don't be scared about blogging, Twitter, social media. Learn to build a mobile app. Tech is not the enemy. It's just something that you could use to get your story out. It's just a medium.
Okay. Anything else,
Can
Natalie,
be.
before I let you go?
No, thanks for having me on, and please buy my book, The Frugalista Files. How one woman got out of debt without giving up the fabulous life. I got a really good review in Publishers Weekly, and it's gaining a lot of momentum. I'm the first personal finance book that Harlequin has ever put out, so that's kind of a big
It's a big
deal for
deal. It's a big
me.
deal.
Yeah, it's a big deal. It's something that I'm like, I gotta push the project. So I'm so glad that you put me on your show so I can like let everyone know that this is what I'm trying to do, because I'm the first. They put a lot of faith in me to push this product, and I believe in it. It's a personal finance memoir.
Well, very good. Yeah, it's sort of a diary style, very entertaining. It's a very fast read. You definitely delve into your personal life. You share a lot of your personal
Oh
things. Watch you go from
yeah,
a journalist to a professional blogger, pretty much. It's very interesting to see how that all unfolded from one blogger, former journalist, to another one. Thank you so much, Natalie.
thank you, Amani.